Life Audio.
On today's episode of Timeless Wisdom.
What is your husband supposed to say when you ask him, how do I look in this dress?
Okay, here's what I think the main problem is. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, this doesn't just apply with this, but it's you saying, what is a man supposed to answer?
Okay.
And I think men, personally, they, instead of being honest and speaking from their heart, they want to give the right answer so they're not in trouble.
That's right.
Okay, that is not good.
That's coming up on Timeless Wisdom with Dennis Prager.
We live in a time where the moment you question the narrative, you're told to stop thinking and start complying. That's why what Angel is doing matters. With eye-opening documentaries like Thank You, Dr. Fauci and RFK Legacy, Angel is willing to explore the issues others avoid. In a culture shaped by gatekeepers, Angel offers something rare, a platform for truth-seeking storytelling that isn't constrained by fear or conformity. Go to angel.com/Prager, join the Angel Guild, and watch these films today.
Welcome to Timeless Wisdom with Dennis Prager. Hear thousands of hours of Dennis's lectures, courses, and classic radio programs. And to purchase Dennis Prager's Rational Bibles, go to DennisPrager.com.
I'm old-fashioned. I like two sexes. Yeah, and another thing, all of a sudden I don't like being married to what is known as a new woman. I want a wife, not a competitor. Competitor.
Talk about a bit, this crying in the morning thing, this depression, let's get that fixed.
That's what men think, isn't it?
What?
Unless you've got the answer, unless you can say, oh, I know this bloke in the Essex Road who could fix that, then there's no point bothering.
How do you rate women so well?
I think of a man, and I take away reason and accountability.
I love him, and I don't care what you think. I love him for the man he wants to be, and I love him for the man that he almost is.
What do people have rows about?
Money, sex, money. He wants, she doesn't want.
She wants, he doesn't want?
Women have always been a big problem to me, Dr. Fussband. Are you listening, Doctor?
Yes. Go on.
Hi, everybody. This is Dennis Prager. This is the Male-Female Hour. The second hour of my Wednesday show each week is devoted to a really, really honest look at men and women. And consequently, since it's both honest and sympathetic to both sexes, as well as critical of both, it can be very, very helpful to people, to their marriages and relationships. And that's its intent, not to mention simple clarity, because there is a joy in life about learning. I want to just talk about that for a moment. It's a very interesting thing. I was talking to my wife about this just yesterday. What are the pleasures? It's worth maybe another time talking about it. Certainly not a male-female issue as such, but I just want to give you an idea. What are the pleasures that continue to excite people as they get older, and really old, let's say? And do you know what we came up with? Reading. That is probably the greatest enduring single pleasure, outside of relationships, obviously, people you love, but reading. And it shows the yearning of the human being for knowledge and understanding, how primal it is. And so there is a joy, and now I'm applying this to the male-female hour. There is an intrinsic joy in learning about the other sex. It just is, because, or even about our own. Anyway, that's just an overview of part of why I value this hour so much. I am going to raise a subject today for which I will receive countless thank yous. Just for raising it. And here goes, and it's sort of light, but in truth, it's so sensitive. It is such a sensitive topic between men and women that it's sort of like you don't touch it. It's like one of the third rails. You know, they talked about the third rail because that's the electrified rail on railroads or subways. This is the third rail of male-female relations, or one of the third rails. The truth is there are third, sixth, ninth, 12th rails. But here it goes. What is your husband or boyfriend of long standing, and I am obviously an advocate of marriage, but so we'll keep it at husband. What is your husband supposed to say when you ask him, how do I look in this dress? Or do I look fat? What, and I mean it sincerely, what is he supposed to answer? When a woman asks this, does she want an honest answer? He feels trapped. And what is he going to answer? So call in right now and help men in this regard. What should they respond? I obviously want to hear from women, but if men have an ingenious insight, I will be happy to hear from you as well. 1-8-PRAGER-776, 1-8-PRAGER-776, 877-243-7776 is the digitized version of that. What is he supposed to answer you? It is a question that men are asked regularly. Not every wife will ask this, but it is pretty common. His instinct is to say, no matter what, honey, you look great. Is that in fact what the question is about? I would like to hear how wonderful I look. Or is it a question that would like some degree of candor? Because in the human species, the burden of looks falls more on women. To deny that means that you went to graduate school. That's all it means. But there's no substance to the denial. In peacocks, it is the male that is the drawer of physical attention because of its colorful plumes. But we are not peacocks, and if we were, then I would ask it the other way around. But we are humans where, for whatever reason, divine, evolutionary, any reason you wish to give, that the female of the species is the physical attractor. And so it is a very, very important question. Only deniable by those with graduate degrees, usually in women's studies, which is so misnamed as to be sad, since it doesn't study women, it studies doctrine. All righty, let's go to your calls here as they come in. We begin in Ohio, in Valley City and Maritas. Is that right, Maritas?
It's Maritas.
Maritas. Hi there. Thank you for calling.
Hello. Thank you for taking my call. Yes, when we ask those questions, I'm speaking for myself. When I ask those questions, how do I look? I'm looking for an honest answer. Not because...
Are you married?
Yes, I am.
And has your husband ever given you anything but a fully positive response?
No.
Have a great day.
He's very honest.
We're going to hear this one on the montage, I'll tell you that. That was a great moment. I'm looking for an honest answer. Has he ever given you a negative one? No. I'm glad you're laughing as well because it's pretty funny. Because in fact, you've never really been. Your thesis has never been tested, has it?
Well, I've had experience, with previous relationships.
Yeah, but they're all previous relationships. That may be one of the reasons. I got it. This was precious. God bless you. That really was. That was a classic moment. Was that the right question or not? She's 37 years old. They're probably married, I don't know, 10 years, let's say. He has never given anything but "you look great." And she's telling me she wants an honest answer. Maybe she does look great. Oh, thank you. I needed that. That was a great moment there. All right, let's go to... I'm still cracking up. All righty, let's go to Nancy in Denver, Colorado. Hi, hello, Nancy.
Hi, Dennis. It's so nice to speak with you.
Thank you.
My son has explained to me that when his wife of 11 years asks him that question, he and she have learned together about style and fashion, and when she asks, "Does this look good on me?" he is able to say yes because of these reasons, or no because of these reasons. And as a result, she respects his answer.
Yeah, but what we've done is deflected the question onto the clothing, away from her.
No, actually, it's
because the way you posed it, it may not be the way they do it, but the way you posed it is, how does this look on me? Not how do I look in it. I know that it's subtle difference, but how do I look and how does it look are not the same question. Guy could say, "Well, frankly, honey, I don't really care for that dress," but that's
no. But he is very specific about this makes you look good because, or no, this does not flatter you because. So it. He's able to...
Okay, all right, hold on. We got to take a quick break. 1-8-Prager-776, the male-female hour. I'm Dennis Prager.
This episode of Timeless Wisdom will continue right after this.
If you're eating less, staying disciplined, and the weight still isn't coming off, the problem may not be your effort, it may be your metabolism. After years of stress, dieting, and lack of sleep, the body adapts. It slows down and holds on to fat. That's why PhD Weight Loss focuses on your metabolism first, so your body stops working against you. Mention Prager today and receive 2 free weeks plus free food, a $1,500 value. Call 864-644-1900. That's 864-644-1900.
Now, back to more of Dennis Prager's Timeless Wisdom.
You're listening to the Dennis Prager Show. Can I share that? You're listening to the Dennis Prager Show, the male-female hour. And if somebody can come up with some helpful responses, you will do a service to couples and especially to men and therefore their wives that cannot be overstated. And I am posing the question, what is a husband supposed to answer if a wife asks something to the effect, how do I look in this? Do I look fat? Or whatever variation on that question might work. We here at the show, however, I just might share, because I just said, can I share it? I mean, we're very open, we guys, with each other. There's the emperor of the interns, Roy. There is Sean, our indomitable associate producer, engineer. Of course, there's Alan and myself. And Sean is a big man. Is that fair to say? Is that okay? And Sean just looked at me with what he's wearing and said, "Dennis, do I look fat in this?" And I nodded, yes. And that was it. And these guys are cracking up. However, one suspects that within a marriage and changing of the gender, the amount of laughter would be less than we just experienced here between guys. No, the truth is it's a very sensitive issue because, as I said, and this is not a product of a sexist world. It is a product of, or society, I should say. It is a product of nature. that female looks are the more important looks in the human species. That's just the way it is. And so what do you do? Now, the last one, she's gone in Denver. What did she say? Her son and daughter-in-law have worked out. He has studied fashion with her and will answer. I wish she were still on because I would have asked her. I was going to. What will he say? She said, well, he'll comment on, well, the reason you look good in this or don't look good, you don't look good in this one, or this one doesn't, this dress or this outfit doesn't look good on you because, what will he say? It doesn't match your complexion? It doesn't bring out your beautiful eyes? I mean, is he really going to say, because, honey, I don't even want to say it, and I don't even know who she is, and I don't even want to say anything. I'm afraid to offend someone I don't know. Gives you an idea how we guys are trained on that one. All right, we go to Atlanta, Georgia, and Cindy. Hello, Cindy. Dennis Prager, thanks for calling.
Hey, Dennis. Yes, I just turned into your show. I love the male-female hour.
Thank you.
And I had to laugh because I think the proper answer, in my case anyway, is, honey, I love you, and then tell me what the truth is.
Is that true?
Well, I'm
all right,
really
has he
not
ever said anything that wasn't positive?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't necessarily call it negative. He'll do you've been doing the ab workout, or you just need to give it a little longer, or...
Cindy, you're cracking me up. In fact, better than that, you're cracking yourself up.
I am because I'm not a big person. I've never been really heavy,
right.
But I'm one of those persons where like 3 or 4 pounds shows.
I understand. What are you, like 5'5"?
5'8".
Oh, all right. So it shouldn't show that much, but it does anyway. Okay.
Right.
And
but I'll do that same thing to him, or I'll just comment. So
no matter what he says, he begins with "Honey, I love you."
Because I think that kind of...
Honey, I love you, but to tell the truth, we keep up those ab workouts.
Because then I've noticed, but it's not going to change my opinion of you.
Oh, I see. So even though you really need ab workouts...
Well, I've done it. I did it to. I didn't realize how much it would hurt him because he had just developed this tiny little belly pooch, and he's by no means overweight either. And I'd said something about it, and I think it bothered him, and he doesn't have it anymore.
No, that may very well be, but I still think the guy could take it better, because the truth is that most of the time it's not going to affect the way a woman sees a man that she loves, and looks matter more vis-a-vis women. It's just a fact. Is that fair to say?
I guess it's fair to say, but I guess my thing was...
Whoops. Oh, too bad. By accident, the drop thing. All right, anyway, she was terrific. But it gives you an idea how hard it is. Look, he has to preface it. See, it would seem to me that if a guy prefaced it with, honey, I love you, isn't she getting ready? I mean, that's like a giveaway. Honey, I love you. Yeah, uh-oh. Yeah. I think that's almost... Folks, I am a man of many opinions. It's one of the reasons you listen to me. If I didn't have opinions, then I wouldn't have this job. But in this particular regard, I don't have any great piece of advice for men. That's one of the reasons I'm saying whoever can come up with some good answers. Look, I guess the ideal is that they are both secure in each other's love. She does not take it as an offense if he points out something. On the other hand, I have known of couples where the guy was a nut. I mean, a nut. I mean, he wanted his wife to look like Twiggy, or some of these models that are brought out from starvation centers in North Korea. And so, I have no sympathy for those guys. And so that's why I guess it's an individual case basis. But it would be ideal, if I can offer an ideal, it would be ideal if he could answer it honestly. That would be the ideal. All right, let's go to we'll go to a mail for a change. Winnetka, California. Tom. Hello, Tom. Dennis Prager.
Dennis, how you doing? You make my day every day listening to your show.
Thank you for that. Great.
I told your screener that something came up pretty interesting the other night. We go out to dinner every Friday night. I've been married for 30 years, and marriage is just greater every day we live.
That's great.
But she comes to me and says, how do I look? I said, you look great. You always look great. She goes, no, how do I look? I said, you don't look sexy in that. Let me put it that way. It's nice, but you don't look sexy. So
all right,
okay.
So wait. So what you did, and that's fine, is deflect the question onto the outfit.
Right.
Okay, but what if she wasn't looking sexy for some reason in your eyes?
Well, I don't know that, being married for 30 years and getting better every day, I don't know that is really part of my mindset.
Wow. All right. That's quite a marriage, and I mean it sincerely. Back in a moment.
This episode of Timeless Wisdom will continue right after this.
If you're eating less, staying disciplined, and the weight still isn't coming off, the problem may not be your effort, it may be your metabolism. After years of stress, dieting, and lack of sleep, the body adapts. It slows down and holds on to fat. That's why PhD Weight Loss focuses on your metabolism first, so your body stops working against you. Mention Prager today and receive 2 free weeks plus free food, a $1,500 value. Call 864-644-1900. That's 864-644-1900.
Now, back to more of Dennis Prager's Timeless Wisdom.
Why does it always seem to be me looking at you with you looking at me? It's always the same, it's just a shame, that's all.
Are we going to now hear an ad? Is that it? You're listening to the Dennis Prager Show, the male-female hour. Watching it on YouTube without the sound because it would go over the air. It's just making me laugh. This poor guy who's the actor in this particular ad it's been slapped about 12 times in the first 20 seconds. I am trying to inject some degree of levity because it's such a sensitive topic. I am entirely aware of that. And there is no man who has ever been married who is not. And it is very understandably a super sensitive subject, but that's why it needs to be confronted, and that is, what does a man answer to the question of his wife, how do I look? Or how do I look in this? Or do I look fat? Or however the question is phrased. I mean, we're grown-ups. It doesn't take much to acknowledge that how a woman looks is, in the human species, more important than how a man looks. I will get letters. I know I will get letters now. Well, Dennis, what about how the guy looks? And, why don't you talk about that? And I think a guy should care about how he looks, frankly. I do. Absolutely. But within the human species, the female physical attractiveness is of greater consequence. A gorgeous guy without a job is less likely to attract a woman than a mediocre-looking guy with even a touch of a belly who makes a very nice income. Somehow his house and car compensate a great deal for lack of hair on his head and not that but with a lot of guys it's very sexy, by the way. Just whatever your physical ideal for a man might be. Whereas it doesn't compensate in the case of women. That's why so often, wealthy men, obvious successful men will marry their secretary. Not for her income. So the question is meant seriously. Do we have this ad ready? Do we have hello, Sean? Sean is too busy watching it. Hello. He's mesmerized. And this is really a charming moment. All right, we'll catch his attention later. Let me get the call here. Carla in Santa Ana, California. Dennis Prager, hi.
Hey, Dennis. Okay, here's what I think the main problem is. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, this doesn't just apply with this, but it's you saying, what is a man supposed to answer?
Okay.
And I think men, personally, they, instead of being honest and speaking from their heart, they want to give the right answer so they're not in trouble.
That's right.
Okay, that is not good, in my opinion, because I don't want a wimp that's afraid to offend me and stay out of trouble. That's a child, not a man.
Carla?
What?
You are great.
Well?
You are right. You are great. And that is, if there is a right answer, that is the right answer.
It is. And I have a son. I don't need two. So, what I want from my husband is the honest truth. And each husband will have to tune it to their wife. Most women really don't want a yes man. It makes you lose respect for them, makes you not want to have sex with them. There's a lot of issues wrapped up in this. And when a guy says, well, what do you want me to answer? It's like, loser, wimp. A real man will say, you know what? My husband will say, you're beautiful, but honestly, that shirt and how it's just, you can look better. And I'll say, okay. I don't get offended. Like, big deal.
And if you gained weight, would to the extent that it would trouble him, would he tell you?
Yep.
Good.
He has.
Okay, Carla.
But he does say that he still loves me.
Yes.
He
right.
says I have a Botticelli body. He goes, sometimes he says, you're not fat, you're just born in the wrong century.
That's adorable.
So I'm just saying, I don't personally, and most of all my friends, it builds up distrust because we feel like they just don't always want to get in trouble. So I would encourage men, in anything, don't think, what does she want me to say? Because that is, that's just a turn-off. I want a man, not a boy. And you'll get more sex that way.
Which immediately is going to have men in the millions be more honest. That's all you have to promise. All right, I have a lot to say on that. This is actually a very, very important issue. And as we get deeper into the show, I'll inject less and less levity and more seriousness. What does a man answer to, honey, do I look fat? How do I look in this? How do I look, etc.? Carla calls and says, look, if a man is that afraid of saying something that will offend his wife, that is not sexy to a woman. It means that he is not strong enough, and women want a strong man. I happen to agree with that. At the same time, I also sympathize for the men who are going to be in a doghouse for a great period of time at no gain if they are honest. It is a very difficult issue because it's far more than how do I look in this dress. It's really, am I appealing to you? And what is a more important question? I mean, there are many important questions in a marriage, but I'm not sure that there are many more important ones than that. Given what we know and what we have discussed on this program on the Male-Female Hour, this is the Male-Female Hour, in case you're just tuning in. I'm Dennis Prager. Given what we have discussed about the nature of men and the nature of women, and especially the nature of men in this regard, I mean, this is a very important subject. And if he doesn't give an honest answer, it could... I mean, what if he feels she has let herself go for whatever reason, and says nothing, and increasingly becomes less attracted to the wife that he was deeply attracted to? How could that be good for either of them? What favor is being done? It's like it's buying peace at a terrible price. At the same time, there are men who are nuts and want their women to be stick figures like they see on television. So I'm not advocating that either, obviously. But there has to be some place for honesty in this regard. And if the doghouse is the result, then that has to be confronted then. Don't ask if you really don't want an answer. At the same time, of course, you put it in ways that can be kind. You have to put it in ways that are kind. All right. Let's go to Amarillo, Texas, and Derek. Hello, Derek. Dennis Prager. Thanks for calling.
Hi, Dennis. Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks for calling.
Well, I just I thought maybe, because this is what I do with my wife just almost on a daily basis, but she really tries to look her best for me every day. When we're out together, people always comment how well she's dressed, how she looks, and stuff like that. But by the time that I see her during the day, usually the first comment I try to get out of my mouth is, "Oh, baby, you look great," or something like that.
Well, that's terrific.
You know, and I know she tries to appear well dressed. I mean,
and take care of herself physically.
Exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
That God bless you and her. This I want to just say to if you're married to a decent and healthy guy, I always have to. If you're not, then obviously nothing matters here. But if he's basically decent and basically healthy, you're trying to take care of yourself in and of itself is a huge turn on to him. Remember, I spoke about something very sensitive that many women don't know and can't know unless they're told. And that is that what a woman does in that realm is one of her most powerful ways of saying to a man, "I love you," offering herself to him and taking care of herself in that way. These are big statements of "I love you." Obviously, there are other statements: kindness, daily kindness, helping out, making a meal for him. I mean, there are a million ways, I understand, but there is no bigger way than this one. Otherwise, you'd have married a male roommate. So it's a big deal, and just knowing that you care that way. And by the way, this goes for any age. My mother is 90, and recently has been not so well. It was very, very new in her life, but till 89, and I could show you pictures. I mean, how she would have her hair done and how she would dress every day beautifully. I mean, she stayed beautiful. And I'm not saying this because I'm her son. I could easily provide the photographic data. Alan, who knows her, is nodding his head yes. My mother stayed beautiful through her 80s, through her late 80s, and dressed that way and took care of herself that way every single day. I mean, this matters. And put on makeup. I don't get this notion of the no makeup idea. What is it, a 60s idea? Be natural? Well, natural is body odor. Why shower every day? You don't need it for hygiene. If you really want to be natural, smell natural. That's a turn on in the animal kingdom. So that's a big one. Maplewood, Minnesota. Michelle. Hello, Michelle. Dennis Prager.
Hello. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you for calling.
Okay. Well, I just think that honestly, there's not a one-size-fits-all, because you have people who are either very super sensitive to, bad people saying bad things about them, but they'll ask anyway and then get all upset. You have men that might be a little more insensitive when they're giving their comments. You might have people who have really strong marriages that can talk freely with each other, where you might have other marriages that aren't that strong, and so, you can push the buttons and things like that. But in our marriage, we're lucky enough that when I ask my husband, I really do want to know how I look. And so one thing that I was thinking...
Okay, tell us in a moment. Don't go away.
This episode of Timeless Wisdom will continue right after this.
We live in a time where the moment you question the narrative, you're told to stop thinking and start complying. That's why what Angel is doing matters. With eye-opening documentaries like Thank You, Dr. Fauci and RFK Legacy, Angel is willing to explore the issues others avoid. In a culture shaped by gatekeepers, Angel offers something rare, a platform for truth-seeking storytelling that isn't constrained by fear or conformity. Go to angel.com/Prager, join the Angel Guild, and watch these films today.
Now, back to more of Dennis Prager's Timeless Wisdom.
Honey, be honest. Do I look fat in this?
No, not at all.
Oh, you liar! Babe, check this out. Do I look fat?
Honey, no. You look skinny.
What? What do you mean, skinny dead? Skinny anorexic? Oh.
Ed's being slapped.
Yes or no? Does my ass look fat in this?
No. And anyway, I don't mind fat asses. Honey?
All right. What is that an ad? It's a British ad for what? Coke Zero. And she looks very good, by the way, just to make it clear. 1-8-PREL. It's silly to give the number. I don't want you to waste your time dialing right now. All right, let's finish with Michelle here. The male-female hour question today is: what does a man tell his wife when she asks? Respond to his wife when she asks, "How do I look in this?" or "Do I look fat?" or whatever the question is. Michelle, so finish up there, Michelle. Thank you.
Oh, so I was thinking that perhaps if the husband likes a different outfit on her or doesn't like the one that's on her, he could say, "You know, it's not bad, but I really like you in this other outfit. What do you think about that?"
Yeah, but then again, the issue is the outfit, not her. That's easy. A guy. Most guys can say, "Look, I'm not a big fan of that dress." That's easy. I mean, you could say that on a supermodel, but it's no reflection on the woman. It's a reflection on the dress. She's not asking only about the dress. She's asking about how does she look.
Could he turn it back on her? Like, well, what do you think? Do you feel good in that? Do you feel?
Oh, well, that's... yeah, exactly. Thank you for laughing, because that's a bad one. Once he turns it back, she suspects it's a bad sign. Okay, look, this is an unbelievably difficult subject. My view is that the more honesty in a marriage, the better, that it has to be done couched in love in both directions. There are things he's sensitive about. I mean, there are no-nos. I mean, there are areas where it's just silly to enter. I acknowledge that. And if a marriage feels that this is one of them, but given the importance of this to most men, it is something to confront. And the wife who enables, if you give your husband freedom in this area, you will get anything you want. That's what it really comes down to. Men in that sense, the most profound and deep men are ultimately pretty simple in relationships, a lot simpler than the other sex in most cases. Karen, Matt, Daniel, Christine, Glenn, I would have loved to have heard you. Please send me emails, folks. I love reading your emails in response to all of this. All right. I hope this was of value to you.
Tomorrow on Timeless Wisdom with Dennis Prager.
It has been a major, major honor and delight to have the most regular guest in Prager show history, Allison Armstrong.
Hi.
In fact, Allison was in high school when we first met. It sort of feels that way.
It kind of does. This is our 20th year.
Is that right?
January of 2004 is when I was first on with you.
So, in a nutshell, let me just say about Allison Armstrong. Her story is very powerful. She wanted to understand men. The number of women who want to understand men is equal to the number... I'm trying to think of a truly absurd analogy. To the number of submarines that also fly. That's a little overstating it. No, but I'm going to explore, as always, what you want to talk about. You have free reign on my show, but it's that I'd like to do that with you once. How many women really want to understand men? And vice versa, how many men want to understand women? You have a topic in mind, and take it away, Allison Armstrong.
Well, thank you for having me here. I'm really excited, and I apologize. It was on me. I missed the first season ever in as long as we've been doing seasons. So I'm sorry if people are like, where's the winter season? That was me and about 400 inches of snow.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm still getting used to living here in Steamboat Springs. And we had it's like second in, the last 30 years, record snow. I was buried. Wow. But I'm glad to be here. And what I want to talk about is conflict. And people have asked me about fighting and arguments, and so I'm just calling it conflict. And there's a certain kind of conflict that is most likely to have a fighting thing going on with it. And so it's one of the kinds I want to talk about.
Join us tomorrow to hear more on Timeless Wisdom with Dennis Prager. Are you enjoying Timeless Wisdom? We'd love to hear from you. Call 877-243-7776 and leave a review, share your thoughts, or just even an encouraging word for Dennis. Your voicemail might just make it on the show. That's 877-243-7776. That's 877-243-7776. Thanks for listening and for your support. This has been Timeless Wisdom with Dennis Prager. Visit DennisPrager.com for thousands of hours of Dennis's lectures, courses, and classic radio programs, and to purchase Dennis Prager's Rational Bibles. We want to take just a second to thank the team at Life Audio for their partnership with us on the podcast. Go to lifeaudio.com to find dozens of other faith-centered podcasts in their network, including shows about prayer, Bible study, parenting, and more.
If you're eating less, staying disciplined, and the weight still isn't coming off, the problem may not be your effort, it may be your metabolism. After years of stress, dieting, and lack of sleep, the body adapts. It slows down and holds on to fat. That's why PhD Weight Loss focuses on your metabolism first, so your body stops working against you. Mention Prager today and receive 2 free weeks plus free food, a $1,500 value. Call 864-644-1900. That's 864-644-1900.